Hey everybody, Don Georgievich here with Job Interview Tools. Have you ever been told by the interviewer that you don't have the experience we're looking for? Me too. And I used to hear that every day, actually for years, so much into the point where I didn't even want to go on job interviews. But eventually I figured out how to overcome it. And today I want to share with you the same exercise that I learned that helped me. And you can do this when you don't have any work experience or when you're a little bit light on experience. Now, it's not a magic trick and it's not going to help you fly a jet airplane if you have no experience flying. But it will help you bridge your experience gap. So if you've been turned down for jobs for lack of experience, or you have an upcoming interview where you know that your past experience is going to be a concern and you want to know how to overcome that experience obstacle, let me know now by hitting the like button on this video and we'll jump right in. Now, this also works if you're changing careers and you don't have the actual experience for the new career that you want to move to. Now, what I'm sharing with you today is not a substitute for experience. I mean, you have to have some base level knowledge, whether that's theoretical, volunteer, observatory, for this to work. I mean, are we cool with that? Okay, so if you've been turned down for jobs in the past for lack of experience, I mean, it's not so much that you lack experience, but that you failed to sell yourself. I mean, you failed to connect the dots to show the interviewer that you possess the raw skills, capabilities, and talents. I mean, but if your resume convinced an employer to call you, then you have enough experience. I mean, whether it's just theoretical or actual. So the first step, we start with the job description. Now, print this off so that you can mark it up. I mean, I like to use different colored highlighters when I do this for my clients. So carefully and slowly read the job description all the way through. I mean, this is a roadmap or a blueprint the interviewer has provided that gives you all the details of what they want. I mean, all you have to do is read it. I mean, most candidates, they kind of half-heartedly read this, and then they show up for the interview unprepared, and then they wonder why they failed. I mean, the employer put great effort into writing this because it clearly identifies the type of person that they're looking for. Now, after you read it again and look for repeating patterns and highlight those. Now, repeating patterns are where they say the same thing multiple times, but they say it different each time. I mean, they might say things like, financial modeling in one statement, and then financial trends in another, and then analytical tools in another, and then market research, and then financial reporting. Now, all these terms are closely related and are a signal to you that you better know how to talk about financial reporting models. And then once you find one repeating pattern, look for another. Usually you'll find about 3 to 5 different repeating patterns that all tie back to specific skills or experiences that they're looking for. Now you know what they're looking for. So the first step's complete. Second step, compare your resume side by side with the job description that you just marked up and highlighted. And draw lines from those repeating patterns that you identified in the job description to areas of your resume where you meet their requirements. I mean, even if you're stretching your experiences a little bit, in some cases, you'll find that they're looking for skills and experiences that you don't have. But don't worry about this right now. This is just the discovery mapping phase. And then now you know what they're looking for and how it translates back to your experiences. So now you have your map of what they need and how you think you can fill their need. Third and final step, connect the dots for them. Show them how you have what they need. I mean, even if you don't have that certain skill or experience, but you can show them why it's a non-issue, or how you'll overcome it, or how your past experiences have prepared you for this. I mean, this is the part where you probably failed in your last interviews. And don't feel bad. Most people fail here. But the job goes to the person who poses the least risk to the employer. So they give it to the person they believe has the best chance of success, not the one with the most experience. So to bridge those gaps between what they're looking for and what you have to offer, create description statements that show how you can meet their needs. Now, these are not statements or documents that you show the employer, but ones that you create for your own reference to show yourself how you can do this job. I mean, this is your own map, your own plan of how you can do the job. I mean, whether you have the experience or not, you still need to be convinced yourself that you can do the job, right? I mean, this is where you start selling yourself. And now some of you are going to be like, oh no, Don, I'm not good at selling myself. I don't like selling. Selling makes me feel uncomfortable. And then I say, educate them on how you can do this job. Ha! You didn't see that coming, right? I mean, selling, educating, influencing, persuading, it's all the same thing. I mean, you need to convince them that you are the best person for the job. So to create these description statements, go back to the job description. Pull out all those repeating patterns of skills. Then write mini essays of how and why your past experience, education, ambition has prepared you for this job. So if you were to hand in this essay to an employer, it should convince them that you are the perfect candidate for this job, even if you have zero experience and nothing but theory behind you. Now, doing this on paper should be easy for you. I mean, after you're done, you should be convinced that you can do the job or not. I mean, maybe after going through this exercise, you realize that in all good conscience, this job is not a match for you. This is a great realization to have because it will save you from the humiliation of an interview that you thought you were qualified for. Now, to take this one step farther, give a friend the job description and your mini essays and see if they are sold on whether you can do the job or not. I mean, that's a great test. By doing this exercise, you might realize that you have half the skills and experience of what the employer is looking for. But the only thing that's holding you back is, maybe some experience with a few software tools. No problem. Find a way to learn something about these tools or whatever it is that you need. I mean, look for tutorials on YouTube. I mean, you don't have to have real world experience, but just having some base knowledge to talk intelligently on a topic goes a long way. I mean, you can say, even though I've never used the tool before, here's what I do know, and I'm certain that I can pick up everything else quickly. And most interviewers will be impressed by your efforts. I mean, keep this in mind. Employers, they're selfish, and they're only concerned with what you can do for them. I mean, they don't want to hear about how this job is going to benefit you, but how you will benefit them. So to stand out, tell them what your own plans are for the job, how you're going to do it, how you're going to overcome any hurdles. Now, make sure you know something about the organization before your interview. I mean, doing this will give you an edge, and if you're watching this video right now, you need all the edges you can get. So give them examples of your past accomplishments and how your efforts have benefited a past employer. And let them know how you plan to take on this new job over the next 6 months to a year. I mean, even if your plan is half-baked, show them that you've been thinking about it and how you're going to do it. I mean, let them know that you're not afraid of trying new things or wearing many hats. You can really build a place for yourself if you can show them that you know how to get things done without a lot of direction. I mean, let them know that you're a team player, you're a leader, a teacher, and then back it up with real examples from your past. I mean, you may not realize it, but in one way or another, you have been all three of these. But if it's not obvious to you, then dig deep and you will find something. So there you have it, my friend. 3 easy steps to getting a job with little to no experience. Now, just don't use it to fly jumbo jets. Now, before your next interview, they're going to ask you some more questions. So I want to help you out with some more questions. I want you to head on over to Job Interview Tools, and I want to give you this free guide. This is the top 10 interview questions and answers. And the cool thing about this is free. You can download this. It's about a 20 or 30 page PDF document. It has the most common questions that you are going to get asked on your next interview. And I give you all the answers there. And like I said, it's a free download. Just head on over to jobinterviewtools.com/top10. Put in your email address. Tell me where to send it. And I'll get it right out to you today. Now, they're also going to ask you more questions than 10. So if you want to go farther, you can go to jobinterviewtools.com and download the complete interview answer guide. You can download all the audio tracks to all the questions, put them on your phone. And you can take me with you wherever you want. You want to go to the park, take a walk, and if you want to listen to me for hours on end, practicing and helping you, you can do it. All right, my friend, that's all I have for you today. Good luck on your next interview, and I will see you in the next video. Bye now.